This guy, when I say this guy, I'm talking about President Trump, is such a good friend and such a loyal, amazing guy, man. He's a great guy. He's been a friend of mine for a long time, and
The liberals probably watch.
if you don't like me
right,
because I'm friends with this guy, that's your problem, not mine.
you're not worried about losing any viewers over your friendship with the president.
I could give it.
Right.
I don't give it.
Ever feel like the world's gone crazy and you can't say anything without offending someone? Well, Dana White doesn't give a damn about that. He's taking on the woke media and winning. In this video, we're gonna show you how the UFC president humiliates journalists who try to trap him with their loaded questions. You won't believe what he says to their faces. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. You know how some people just can't stand when someone speaks their mind? Well, that's exactly what's happening with Dana White.
We're in a very strange place at the moment in sport, where biological males are beginning to dominate biological females in women's sport because they identify as women.
Let me put it to you this way. I have a daughter, okay? And you know, I don't ever want to see a day where somebody who is a biological male is competing against my daughter.
The woke media's got this weird obsession with him, like they're just waiting for him to slip up so they can pounce. These journalists, they keep coming after Dana, thinking they're gonna catch him off guard. But here's the thing, Dana's always ready. They throw these loaded questions at him about Trump, fighter behavior, all that PC culture stuff. And you know what? Dana doesn't play their game, not even a little bit. Instead of backing down or giving some PR-approved answer, Dana calls them out on their BS right to their faces. It's like watching a master at work. I swear, he doesn't sugarcoat anything, doesn't try to make nice. He just tells it like it is. Remember that time a reporter tried to make fighter trash talk into some big racial issue? Dana shut that down real quick. He was like, a black guy used the N-word, who cares? Boom, next question. Just like that, he exposed how ridiculous the whole thing was. And that's the beauty of it. You see, Dana's not afraid to point out when these journalists are just manufacturing controversy for clicks. He sees right through their game and he's not afraid to call it out. It's like he's pulling back the curtain on all their tricks. But here's the kicker, the woke media, they're not done. Not by a long shot. They keep coming after Dana, thinking they'll eventually get him to crack. But Dana's not backing down, he's standing his ground, and it's driving them crazy, so the media's trying to take Dana down, right? But here's the thing, they're using the same old playbook that works on everyone else. Only problem is, Dana's not playing by their rules. He's got this wild card that no one saw coming, and let me tell you, it's changing the whole damn game. You ever notice how most celebs fold like a cheap suit when the Twitter mob comes for them? They start apologizing for stuff they didn't even do wrong. It's pathetic, really. But Dana White? He's cut from a different cloth. The pressure to conform in the public eye is intense. You've got all these Hollywood types bending over backward to please everyone, scared to death of losing their fans or their sponsorships. They'll backtrack faster than a politician caught in a lie. Dana, he doesn't give a rat's ass what you think about him. He's not gonna sugarcoat his words or pretend to be something he's not. When everyone else is scrambling to apologize, Dana's doubling down. It's like watching a bull in a china shop, and I mean that in the best way possible. Remember when some reporter asked if he was worried about losing fans because of his support for Trump? Most celebs would have given some wishy-washy answer about respecting all political views, not Dana. You know what he said? I don't give a shit if you don't like me. That's your problem, not mine. Boom, just like that. And here's the kicker. Dana's honesty isn't just refreshing. It's like a force field against cancel culture. They can't touch him because he doesn't play their game. He doesn't censor his fighters or tell them what to think. He straight up said, I don't tell any other human being what to say or think. That's the kind of free speech champion we need more of these days. But you gotta wonder, how does he keep this up? I mean, everyone's trying to tear him down. The media, the woke mob, they're all gunning for him. But Dana just keeps on trucking, not giving an inch. It's like he's got some secret source of strength that keeps him going when everyone else would have cracked under the pressure. Ever wonder why some celebs seem untouchable no matter how much heat they take? Dana White's got a secret weapon, and it all started with a comedian who said no to more money than most of us will see in a lifetime. You might think a UFC president and a stand-up comic don't have much in common, but Dana White and Dave Chappelle, they're more alike than you'd think. Both of these guys are constantly under the media microscope, with everyone waiting for them to mess up. Here's where it gets interesting. Chappelle, he turned down millions in shoe deals. Why? It's all about control, baby. He straight up said, "You know how many shoe offers I've been made, and I never took one." You know why? Because when they do something you like, the first thing they do is take your shoes back. That's some next level thinking right there. Dana White saw what Chappelle was doing and took notes. He figured out that if you don't let sponsors own you, they can't tell you what to do. No leash means you're free to say what you want. It's like Dana looked at all these other celebs bowing down to their corporate overlords and said, "Nah, I'm good." Remember when Netflix stood by Chappelle during all that controversy over his special? Everyone was screaming for them to take it down, but Netflix's CEO didn't budge. Dana saw that and was like, "Now that's how you handle the heat." It's rare to see that kind of backbone in the entertainment world these days, but here's the thing, it's not just about the money. Sure, Dana and Chappelle could be making even more if they played nice with sponsors, but for them, it's about keeping their voice. They'd rather speak their minds than have a few extra zeros in their bank accounts. So what's Dana done with this lesson? He's built a freaking empire, that's what, and he did it without letting public opinion push him around. He's running the UFC his way, no matter how much the Twitter mob scream. Think the media's just here to report the facts. Think again, Dana White's got a different take, and it might just change how you see every headline from now on. What if I told you he's treating journalists like they're still stuck in high school? Yeah, you heard that right. Dana sees these woke media types as nothing more than grown-up versions of those annoying kids from high school. You know the ones. Always trying to tell everyone else what to do, acting like they're better than everyone. Well, Dana's not having any of it. And these journalists, they've got all sorts of tricks up their sleeve. They love throwing loaded questions at Dana, hoping he'll slip up and say something they can twist. They'll report on just the parts of a story that fit their narrative, leaving out anything that might make you think differently. And don't even get me started on how they try to use social pressure to make people fall in line. But here's the thing, Dana's not playing their game, not even close. Instead of getting defensive or trying to please them, he calls them out. He mocks their tactics right to their faces. It's like watching a masterclass in how to deal with bullies. Remember when they kept pestering him about fighter trash talk? Dana shut that down real quick. He was like, "This is the fight business." Boom, end of story. He's not gonna apologize for fighters being fighters, you know? And that's when Dana really lets them have it. He exposes their hypocrisy like nobody's business. He's sitting there thinking, you're seriously worried about words when these guys are literally punching each other in the face? It's crazy when you think about it. The best part? Dana's showing everyone how to stand up to these media bullies without losing your cool. He doesn't get all worked up or start shouting. He just calmly points out how ridiculous they're being and moves on. Now, Dana's strategy seems to be working. He's not backing down, and he's not letting them control the narrative. But you gotta wonder, what's this doing to his public image? Some people love him for it, but others, they're not so thrilled. It's like he's playing with fire, and we're all just waiting to see if he gets burned.